Now, one of the new features that was added in iOS 15 and Xcode 13 is ability to mark the view as searchable, which configures the display of the search field. Let's go ahead and see what we're talking about. Currently, we have some view called Learn Searchable, which consists of names, a state private var text, which is a string, and in the body, it simply have text which says hello world. If you want to create some sort of a list where you can search and get some suggestions, I'm going to go ahead and add a navigation view. There we go. Now inside the navigation view, I can also go ahead and add searchable. You can see that searchable does come in different flavors. It can be a simple searchable. Over here you can see it with the text. It can also have text with suggestions and so on. But before we even do that, it will be a good idea to display list of all the customers, which means that we can simply call customer list view and pass in the customers, which in this case is names. And there we go. We got all the customers being printed. The next thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that we can actually search within the customers. And this is where the new feature searchable comes into play. I'm going to go ahead and whenever person will type something in the search bar, it's going to go into the text property. If I go ahead and run it right now, you can see that the search bar actually appears. Now, when I go ahead and type something in the search bar, it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't really filter and doesn't really show any suggestions. We can go ahead and add some suggestions, meaning whenever we are trying to search for something, if we type A, then Alex and Azam will show up. If we type J, then John, Jack, and Jerry will show up, and so on. I'm going to go ahead and run a for each loop and perform a filter on the names. I'm going to take each item and check for the has prefix for the text. Later on, we will use the ID, which is part of the for each anyways. On the self, we will get each filtered name, which we can go ahead and display it. These are the suggestions that are being displayed whenever we write something in the search field. Now, if I go ahead and write something in the search field, you can already see that it is sorting out. Another thing that we can do is add something called the onSubmit for the search. So if I go ahead and say onSubmit, and I would specify that it is for search, then this function is going to get fired whenever I perform a search. So this is where you can actually perform the search. And this is the searchable API that was introduced in iOS 15, Xcode 13. If you like this video and want to support my channel, then the best way would be to check out my courses on Udemy. I have many different courses ranging from core data to SwiftUI, RxSwift, MVVM design pattern for UIKit, as well as MVVM design pattern in SwiftUI, new course on GraphQL, combined machine learning, Flutter, and so much more. Check out the links in the YouTube description. Thank you so much, and I hope that you enjoyed the video.